Raise that minimum wage to at least $15 an hour. We're going to build 10 million units of affordable and low-income housing.
2.
We are going to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. We're going to have universal, high-quality, affordable child care for all. Together, we're going to make public colleges and universities tuition-free.
5.
We're going to make trade schools
6.
tuition-free. Healthcare is a human right, not a privilege. We're going to bring that to the United States of America.
That's 7.
Well, you got to give him this. He's not playing small ball, is he? That's not school uniforms. That's bold. So how much would all of concrete numbers go to his website? So the cost of Sanders' housing plan, $2.5 trillion over the next decade. That's his estimate. His college plan, $2.2 trillion. Universal pre-K, because you can't send your kids to government schools early enough, $1.5 trillion. Green New Deal, $16 trillion. Now, that's not a number we came up with. Again, that's from his campaign website. So the total cost of Sanders' campaign promises, approaching $100 trillion. That's 5 times the size, not just of our government spending, but of America's entire economy.
So it seems to me when I watched that Bernie Sanders video of him making those 7 promises that will cost almost $100 trillion, which is impossible. It seems to me like you've got this man who, he's a good guy. He's a senator. I think he wants to do the right thing and wants our country to be great and wants, people to prosper. So this is just my theory. I see a man up there who had a heart attack last October, by the way, September, October. But I see a guy who is up there in front of people, and when, as this thing grew, as, he was out and talking to people, he would say something and get a reaction and be like, ooh, that worked. I'll get more votes that way. Those people like that. I'll get more followers and more frenzied, applause. And then he'll add another thing to it, the Green New Deal. More frenzied applauses. Applause. It's already plural. And then he'd mention another thing. And then all of a sudden, he's got this string of 7 promises. They're not promises. He didn't say, I promise you. That's not right of me to say. So they're not promises. They are things that he said he will fight for. It doesn't mean he'll give them to the people. But, that's what he's campaigning on. He's campaigning on these 7 things. Maybe more, I don't know. So honestly, I see a man who would say something and get a reaction and say, okay, this is going to get people fired up. I'm going to get more people at my next rally. And then say another thing and get more people at the next rally. And then now he's saying all these things all together and people are going nuts. And so now that's what he's campaigning on. And it's just impossible. I mean, it would be great to do that, but communism just doesn't work. They tried it. It doesn't work. Free markets are the only way that work, and the United States isn't perfect, but it's by far the best country in the world. Look at all the advancements in science and medicine and technology. Almost everything comes from the United States. You look at the Voyager space probes that went out. You look at all these things we've learned about all the planets in our solar system, all the advancements in medicine. Almost everything comes from the United States. We've got the most powerful Air Force in the world. The largest Air Force in the world is the United States Air Force. The second largest Air Force in the world is the United States Navy. I mean, that's freaking awesome. I mean, come on. Yeah, it's expensive, but our country has maintained, the world has been a safer place since we became the world's policeman. What people don't talk about is after World War II, we planted our flag. Instead of planting our flag in the soil of Japan and Germany, especially Japan, who attacked us first, in the history of conquering nations, the conquered nation would become part of the conquering nation. But no, in the history of of humanity, there's never been a case where the conquering nation not only doesn't plant their flag in the soil. All right, I'm not sure quite about that, but I'm sure about this. There's never been a case where a conquering country who got attacked by this other country. We poured money into Japan and Germany to rebuild their countries and rebuild their economies because we knew that they need to prosper economically in order to have a safe world. That's what the United States does, and it's incredible. Yes, we're not perfect. Yes, the gap between the haves and the have-nots seems to be growing bigger, but with Donald Trump in the presidency, that is getting, the middle class is growing more. There's more middle class now because there's more people working. So that's being worked on. The country is not perfect, but it's the best country. It's the best form of government that has ever existed in modern humanity. So I know that was a huge tangent, and I'm sorry for that, but yeah. So whoever gets to the end of this video, if you in the comments section write United States is the best, I'll know you watched the whole video. All right, the United States is the best. Okay, bye.